Kerry Butch, welcome.
Hello, Maureen Nevin. How are you?
Very good, very frazzled here.
How are you?
If yes, it's I hope I get incisive questions out here and lots of content in the answers. And the schedule is so tight, and I don't want people to think that I don't respect the office because it is extremely hard just going through the material to come up with the questions. You realize what a huge job it is now to be a council member
Right, it is.
in a public vein here. Um, it's a lot of work. So I want to get to you. I I had so much information about you. I guess I I I know that you have summarized what you've done so far and what your activities in Asbury Park have been over the past, is it 20 years? 20 years, or it's more than that, isn't it?
I think I came into town in 1994 when I was in the first graduating class of AmeriCorps, and I was placed in Asbury Park under Clean Ocean Action, and did a
Same as
community. We taught kids how to work, do water testing on on Wesley Lake and Deal Lake, and it was an environmental program. And I did community education. We did storm drains at the Westside Community Center, and I ended up meeting Susan Maynard, and Susan Maynard ran the Westside Community Center. So she immediately pulled me in as a volunteer, and we immediately painted storm drains with the kids, and that led to a strong friendship. And she really liked the way that I was working with kids. So I ended up, my dad passed away that year, so I needed to get a full-time job. So I was offered a position with the Ironbound Committee Against Toxic Waste in Newark, which is the Ironbound Community Corporation. So I learned about organizing and working in the community. So I was picked up by Susan and the board of the Asbury Park Consortium a year later when they hired their first community organizer. I ended up running the organization for 5 years. And community leadership with folks that you see every day, Werner Baumgartner, Angela Abbas Anderson.
Asbury Park is city historian
on.
Baumgartner.
Yeah, on and on about the amazing Pam Shepard, all sorts of really good community members that were participating in that program.
So there's surely a lot of people who will recognize those names.
Lorraine Stone, who I just was shoulder to shoulder to today.
At the memorial, is that for Gil Caldwell?
Yes.
The Reverend Caldwell. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to make that myself. So you did I Dream the City. That was one. You had several campaigns to focus. But by then, of course, you knew that the redevelopment was coming. Right. And you have these various campaigns to focus older, younger, everyone in the city to try and get them to start thinking in terms of redevelopment and what they wanted to see.
We did 4 leadership initiatives which brought together everybody from the community: gay, straight, homeowner, renter, black, white. We tried to be intentionally diverse, and people loved it because we did a history of Asbury Park and we gave grant money to them. The 4th year, when we started to move into the 4th year, after we trained about 42 people, including T. Lazinski, all sorts of community members, then we decided, you know what, this is happening, this is big. In year 2000, we started to plan for I Dream a City, which was all about teaching community people how to participate in the waterfront redevelopment.
Well,
the planning of the redevelopment.
That's a cliffhanger that I ever heard.
Cliffhanger.
So we're going to have to jump to how those experiences and what you've been through in the interim have prepared you and obviously motivated you to want to throw your hat in the ring for the council election in November. And you're running as Felicia Simmons.
Yes, I'm running with Felicia Simmons.
The slogan is
How am I doing on time?
You got about 4 minutes now to 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
I have
10 minutes? Wait a minute. It says 11:38. What does that mean? Oh, she has 11 minutes and 38 seconds. That's a little bit.
All right, I just want to give a little bit more of my resume. I also got a job after the consortium as the urban project director for the Association of New Jersey Environmental Commissions, also worked in Asbury Park. And then later on, I became the executive director of the League of Women Voters of New Jersey, which is really important for my council position, because I was dedicated to good government, and I happened to be the executive director when the first African-American woman president of the League of New Jersey served, which was fabulous, Tony Zimmer. And then in addition to that, I was there during Hurricane Sandy when 800 polling places were out of power, and we had to figure out how to vote. We just had a 100-year anniversary of the League of Women Voters, and the New Jersey League did a presentation, and you had Chris Christie and Kim Gorgano all talking about what it was like at that time, and we were shoulder to shoulder. It was an exciting time because they pulled out all the stops to make sure people could vote, which is what Governor Murphy did this time. He pulled out all the stops to make sure people could vote. So
now, what do you want to do if you get elected?
What do I want to do?
What is going to be your goals and your ambition?
Obviously, transparency in government. We right now are at a critical time in our history in Asbury Park. We're 50 years away from the riots in Asbury Park. We're experiencing right now what I would call hypergentrification. So right now, my whole candidacy with Felicia Simmons, we're working as a team, we're running on a ticket together, is all about keeping people here that are here, and really going back to the promises of the Waterfront Redevelopment Plan and making sure that those promises that said we were going to rise, all the boats would rise, right? This was
raise all boats.
Rise all boats. We're going to make sure that we do that, because I think people may have forgotten how much was given up. And I just want to tell you how much was given up in the Waterfront Redevelopment Plan. 453 occupied rental units, 22 single-family homes, 193 rooming houses, 18 business operations, and 2 churches. So we gave an awful lot for the Waterfront Redevelopment Plan. So when people, our intention is to put the public back into the public-private partnership. We also are working very hard on affordable housing, rent stabilization, and getting affordable housing in the Waterfront Redevelopment Plan and throughout the city.
Well, the affordable housing ordinances have already been passed. What else would you do with that?
Well, you need to make sure that how they get implemented, right? Because how the affordable housing ordinances get implemented is very important. And you can see that there's been a lot of pressure on the council. It took 3 years to get the current council to pass the housing ordinances, the affordable housing ordinances. We wanna not take that long. In addition, right now they've just created an equity committee. That's a day late and a dollar short, right? Because we've been talking about that for 2 years.
And the equity committee, I understand, was the council's answer to the West Side asking for a citizens review committee or a police reform committee. Is that correct?
That's correct. Civilian Complaint Review Board and a Human Relations Commission or a Human Rights Committee. I think that
what's our time now?
Bring that to the table 20 minutes before the election, not listen to the community. Right now, where we're at in our history in the United States and in the city of Asbury Park, we've had more than one police shooting fatality, right? So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen and we want to prevent that from happening. So we need to talk. The other thing is I just wanted to share with everybody the demographics of the city if they don't know. In 2018, 47% Black, 37% white. In there, in addition, 30% Hispanic, but the median income in Asbury Park is $39,000. 24% of our population is 18 or younger. 24% of our occupation or of our population is 18 or younger. You don't really hear about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The marketing.
I'm surprised that the median income is that high.
It's 39. This is the 2018 U.S. Census. So
Okay.
what we're dealing with is that we're dealing with a community of kids that are not super, wealthy. So we have to think about what we're offering. And right now we're offering 22% of our budget goes to police, 1.5% goes to recreation, social services, and senior services, 1.5. So we spend 15 times what we spend on all those things that are needed of our budget on the police. I'm not saying we don't want the best, well-trained, well-paid, well-educated police force. We want our first responders to have everything that they need, absolutely. But at the same time, what are we doing? What's the balance? Let's have a fair budget.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Alert there.
Questions? How many more questions?
Well, I don't know. I kind of lost control of the interview somewhere. Sorry. Well, what's your slogan? Let's talk about your strategy for getting elected. What's your slogan then?
Our slogan, our campaign name is Asbury Matters.
Asbury Matters. Okay. And what kind of support do you have so far?
We have pretty good support. A lot of support with a lot of the community, throughout the community. So it's not, I mean, I have to say, we just left Reverend Gill's memorial service, and they talked about the variety of people that he brought together. I can say that we work with the entire community. We work with it, and we do it intentionally. Our first radio slot wasn't with you, Maureen. I hate to say it. It was with the Haitian radio station. I apologize.
Wait a minute. I was on. That was my station.
Oh, it used to
close,
be the station.
Close, but no cigar. So, you mean you were on recently?
Yes, we were on
the Haitian station
last week.
It was WYGG 88.1 FM.
Good News Radio.
So good. And whose show was that you were on?
Jean's show.
Jean Sarazone?
I'm not sure what the last name is. Now you're putting me in.
Jean Henry? Was it Jean Henry? But they're all named Jean. You don't know.
Maureen, we're on a first name basis.
All of the Haitian men are Jean someone.
Okay.
Jean. Very good station, though. That was a very good choice, I think. So did you take questions and answers?
Sure.
Yeah. From the station. I mean, did you get callers? Did you get?
Oh no. I don't think we did. I think we were pretty. We filled the time up. What other questions do you have for me, my friend, before we leave?
I'm waiting for the time check. We've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay.
I hope we're right because we won't be here all night. So let's see. What's your next plan? Are you going to be somewhere where people can meet and greet?
We will be anywhere. Just invite us to meet and greet. We will do a Zoom meetings if you want to invite us to Zoom meetings. We will also do socially distanced outside meetings, porch talks, or backyard gatherings. We would be happy to go anywhere. But Alicia and I are happy to run around anywhere. We wear masks. We are socially distancing this campaign, and we are going to be hopefully, serving you guys on council.
You've got 1 more minute. Okay. I would ask 2 minutes. Okay. I would ask what are the most important things that you will do when you're elected? Just say the first three. Okay.
Rent stabilization, a CCRB, and a massive workforce development program that has a focus on youth.
Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. And why should people vote for you instead of your competitors for the seat?
Why should they vote for us?
Why you and
why me?
Felicia? Yeah.
Check out my resume. I think if people.
Okay, and what's your candidate's website? You have a separate website. Where is your resume?
It's asburymatters.com. But right now we're in development this very day. So we're not. It is up, but you can also call me anytime at 732-982-6942.
Okay.
And you can also we have these amazing brochures that Christina Eliopoulos designed for us. Felicia, she's going to give you her phone number, but we'll take phone calls. And we, you know, our focus is not just listening, because some people are amazing listeners, but also taking action and getting things done in a reasonable time.
Mm-hmm.
We will listen, but we will also take action. And I feel like right now, rent stabilization, a CCRB, and major workforce development program.
Okay. Very good. I wish you all the luck in the world, and keep us informed. Will you do that, please?
Right, and anybody who wants to volunteer for our campaign, please get in touch with us, and we are happy to. We need you.
Okay, number 732-982-6942.
It's 732-982-6942, and then we'll let Felicia give her phone number.
Yeah, well, she'll be up later. she's going to be the end. So.
All right, thank you,
All right, we're cutting you right off.
All right,
but good luck.
Appreciate everything you do for us. All right.
Me too. Thank you.
Everybody informed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time today.